As you saw, Charlie and I started the day with a 35-minute workout, was it?
35 minutes of exercise and a bit of stretching before and after, yeah.
Yes, and it was quite intense, and it gets very hot in that area because there is no breeze, and yet the morning sun literally beams straight onto us. So I've come inside and I have made the usual morning smoothie. I'm now finally getting around to arranging the Bloom & Wild flowers that we were very kindly sent yesterday because we were dashing around so much yesterday. I just edited the vlog at 5:30 this morning and it was 54 minutes long, so if you got to the end of that one, then congrats. But yeah, I'm going to be arranging my Bloom & Wild flowers. They very kindly sent these to us and they've given me a discount code. This is not sponsored, I wish, but I'll pop it on the screen here if you want to get some money off your flowers. I've been putting a voucher for Bloom & Wild in my newsletter for the past year, so I'm sure you guys already know all about it. But anyway, so I thought I would share a few flower arranging tips, and they have actually sent some little bits of literature with flower care tips. So as soon as you get flowers, and getting flowers is one of the best things ever, and it's so nice to have them in your house. As you might have seen, we pretty much always have some in the kitchen, and Charlie actually just made an excellent point that it is such a nice thing to do, especially now when we're not able to see our loved ones, but we can send them something to cheer up their day, or maybe your best friend or your sister or someone that has made your day somehow. These literally come through your letterbox, so it's a really, really lovely way of letting someone know that you're thinking about them. And it's peony season, so now is definitely the best time to do it. So if you saw yesterday's video, you'll have seen that the peonies were all closed, and within not even a full day of being in the window, we put them in the downstairs bathroom window because that's where the lighting is amazing for flowers. They last so long. Some of the Bloom & Wild flowers that we had sent to us from friends and family when we moved in lasted for like 3 weeks, and yeah, I was very impressed. So when you receive a bunch of flowers, the first thing you need to do is trim the stems. And I would recommend around 3 centimeters. You also want to make sure there's no like gunk on the bottom of the flowers, so just give them a wipe down if you need to. I don't actually need to wipe these down. And any greenery that would be in the water, you want to get rid of. So for example, with the Snapdragon, you can literally just glide your hands down the stem a couple of times. It didn't work very well then, and remove the greenery. So that's how you should prepare your individual stems. And then when you're popping them in a vase, it's actually a really nice housewarming gift to send someone a vase with the flowers, and Bloom & Wild do have an option to do that. This really does sound like a Bloom & Wild sponsorship. It's not. I'm just a very passionate and loyal customer to them. And they have a few options where you can send vases as well. That's a really good idea if someone's just moved house, because they might not have many vases lying around, and they're really good vases for future flower use.
How did you get stuck in there?
I don't know. So what you want to do when you're arranging is start with the focal flowers. So these might be the biggest or the most beautiful. So I have started with peonies, and then you want to build around them. So obviously you want to fairly evenly space them out, and then take the slightly smaller flowers and the green foliage to pad it out, making sure that they're all cut to the right size. I like to do this, I don't know why, but I like to do this before adding the water, but you can do it before or after the water. Oh, and make sure you cut at an angle, so the cut at the bottom of the stem should be like this as opposed to like this, just to increase the surface area, and that way your flower can have even more of a drink of water. I would also recommend maybe freshening up the water every day. It sounds like a lot of work, but it really does make your flowers last so much longer. I did actually have a bunch of peonies from a different flower company, and I've received some from this other flower company a couple of times, and they never opened, and it was such a shame. I asked you guys for some tips and you sent so many, like putting a bit of sugar in the water. Someone actually messaged me saying to put vodka in the water. I tried a few different ways, but sadly they never bloomed, which was a real shame, but I have never had that problem with Bloom & Wild. But if you guys have got any flower hacks or flower tips, please let me know in the description box, because I'm always up for trying different old wives' tales and things like that. So this snapdragon unfortunately has a bit of a floppy head, and I don't know why. It looks quite sad. Hopefully it might perk up. It's almost as though its neck's broken, but it just kind of goes soggy at the top there. So again, if anyone's got any snapdragon reviving tips, please let me know. I really have to stop forgetting that I've left my camera rolling on time lapse, but here are the beautiful blooms. I'm not an expert in flower arranging by any stretch of the imagination. I have been to a few flower arranging workshops, and everyone's always like, oh Josie, I bet you're so good at this, but I'm not. But anyway, I'm quite pleased with how this looks. A few different heights, and we've got the peonies that are blooming so quickly in the middle here. So I'm actually going to pop this back in the downstairs bathroom window because it is the best spot for making the flowers bloom, and then I will bring it into the kitchen. It's also really lovely because if you're walking out in the garden, then you can see them in here, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. So I've put the peonies that are more closed out towards the light, and they should all be blooming probably in a few hours. I'm just waiting for my post-shower moisturiser to sink in, and I thought I would show you the Isabel Marant dress that I showed you unboxing in yesterday's video. So I've just popped it on, and it is an absolutely beautiful silhouette. I love the drape around the bodice here, and then you've got this really lovely trim detail on the sides. And I've also popped on the Valentino sandals. My legs look so pale in this light, but they're really not. At least I didn't think they were. Maybe I need to spend a little bit more time with my legs out. I have to be honest, I actually think I've got white dresses that I prefer to this Isabel Marant dress, and it is very pricey. So I do actually think, as much as I adore it, I am going to return it because I have got some that I prefer. The sandals I'm definitely going to keep though. They are really, really cute, and they will go with all of my summer outfits.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth.
That is very nice
I
indeed.
can take what I need
I'm surprised
to
you're not
get
eyeing up
by. Doesn't make it easy.
That's pretty cool. And these fire,
the piece of my heart
they're epic.
so somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole?
Never thought we'd be falling so in love with a bench, but Charlie has spotted one that he loves. What's the brand? Rosara.
Yeah,
and they do the fire pits.
Yeah, so they've got a website. They are, I think you can shop online, but obviously this is, I think they're part of the same business as the garden centre.
Ah.
As Nicholson's, where we are now. This is epic. I just like how it's so dainty.
Yeah.
Not too chunky, you know?
And it would probably age really beautifully as well.
Do you know where this would work really well?
Where?
Wildflower garden.
Oh.
Just along that fence, wouldn't it?
It would. Lovely.
Guess what?
What?
It would work really well. Now
You're
it's time to
barking mad.
leave. Oh, that's a good one.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought I would treat you to
You're on beach.
believable.
Oh, that's a good. You're on fire, mate.
Yeah. Charlie and I have come to a local garden centre called Nicholson's. Charlie has been here once before and was raving about it, so we've come for the day. It is officially allowed, according to the new lockdown restrictions, that you are allowed to visit garden centres, they're allowed to open, and given the amount of time we've spent gardening, we thought it'd be a nice little excursion for the day. I would say there's probably 4 other customers here.
Yeah.
It is very peaceful. So just having a mooch around. What are we actually looking for, Di?
I think, well, we're looking at a couple of trees, aren't we? We want to get some new trees for the garden. Obviously they are quite an investment, so we need to do a lot more research into what trees we would like. And then also I think we wanted to get some laurel just to pad out the hedge, which we can plant now, but we need to get planting it quick, and water it a lot. And other than that, maybe just a few pots. Yeah. Just mooching is the right term.
Mooching.
I wonder if they have that term in America.
Mooching. Browsing.
It's a very British term, isn't it?
Yeah, mooching.
Pottering around.
Pottering about. I didn't actually know that you could do wisteria trees, but I don't think it is. I think it's just growing up the post,
well,
isn't it?
It's growing up the post, yeah, so I don't know how. Well, I guess it will just keep growing up. So if you keep building the pot, you know, the framework, it would keep continuing, wouldn't it?
Because it's really wrapping up tight at the top there.
Yeah, and look, this is Acer here, this is epic. It's just, I think sadly, we don't. The only place I can think that would do well is where we've got that big pot at the moment, which is windy, you know, against the house.
Yeah. These are seriously cool. Oh my goodness. Imagine how fun that would be having this in your garden. Wow. So this yurt is £23,000. How epic for having little garden parties though. We have fallen in love with a pergola. Oh my goodness. This is exactly what we want in the wildflower garden.
Wow, that's amazing.
Stunning. I can finally realise my dream of owning some columns. Could quite happily spend a small fortune in here. Danger.
Get a pot for it and then we can put it in the pot.
Yep. These are some of the most perfect roses I have ever seen. They are David Austin roses and they're just so stunning. Almost look like peonies.
If I could take you back to my youth and show you what I wish I knew. My will is strong with a place to lean. In the moment I hung desperately. The other ring on my wrist is gold, pairing with the light it holds. When I return,
That is like our house twin. It's like the baby twin.
Nice blue dot.
Oh. So Charlie and I are doing something maybe a little bit naughty, but for the past 3 or 4 years I have had a house that I was always obsessed with.
Wow, that's nice. Look at that gate.
That could even be the gate. Oh my god, I think that might be it. That might be it.
Yeah,
That's it.
That is it. We're not going to be able to see it though.
Oh my gosh, okay, we need to find a way of seeing it.
Look at the red roses.
Oh, it is actually adorable around here. Oh my god. I love those roses. This is what we need growing up
Those
a
are weeds
house.
that they've just let grow. Those, you know, they pick the wildflowers sort of weeds, aren't they?
So cute. So this house, this gateway here, it's a house called Cross Hill House, and this house, I would stare at the pictures for this. I would say to everybody that this will be my house one day, and we lusted over this house so much, and it really ignited.
It was very dated though, wasn't it? It was. I'm going to go around this. Every room
needed a lot of work.
Ripping.
And it was far above our budget.
Oh yeah, way above.
But this house like got us lusting over this area. I'm gonna get out naturally and have a look through the gates because this is, oh, it really is the dream. I just got out and had a little look through the gates. I could not resist being a little bit nosy. It might seem a little bit strange, but any of my friends and family that are watching will know that I had the brochure for this house saved on my computer. I had it saved on my phone, and this was the house that I would say to everyone, this will be my house one day. And I used The Secret to visualize my life in this house. So we just had to come and see it. Did I say my life?
Yeah.
Our life.
And Dexter and Dickens.
And Dexter and Dickens. So driving through the village, I was like, oh my gosh, Adderbury, we have to go and see Crosshill House. And it is in a beautiful walled garden, so you can't obviously get up close to it, but I have just had a little nosy at the gates, and it feels quite emotional because if it wasn't for falling in love with this house and lusting over this house so much and like looking at the Cotswolds and the surrounding area, we probably would never have found our house. Now, having moved into our house, it's very apparent that our house is so perfect for us. That house, it would have been too big, obviously beyond our budget, and it just would have cost an absolute fortune to run. Now knowing what our running costs are,
wow,
and just
this is lovely.
Just the small things, that I think that house looks like a mini version of ours. Just the small things that you don't even think of. A house that big would be a fortune to run, but I have that house to thank in a way for us finding our house. So yeah, feels a little bit emotional to come and have finally seen that house in real life. It's almost like I can put that to bed now because we've got our own Cotswold Dream House. It is a really beautiful village,
beautiful place, yeah.
Stunning, and I am really inspired by all of those houses with the roses growing up them. They look so stunning. If anyone knows what kind of rose that was, because I don't know if it's the same as what we've got growing up our archway, but I would very much like to have an archway covered in roses like that. So let me know if you have any roses recommendations.
Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on.
I've just spent the last 2 hours maybe inside answering emails and getting a bit of work done, and now I'm just going to sit down on my deck chair. It's so comfy with this blanket on. I've got it over our cheap Sainsbury's deck chair. I have actually got some new deck chairs ordered, but I'm just going to sit here and enjoy 20 minutes or so of relaxation before doing a bit more gardening. The heat of the day has gone now, but I have just got changed into my little play suit so I can try and get a bit of colour on my legs. This lovely throw, it's like a blanket slash towel slash very useful, lovely pretty item, is from Urbanara, and the girls from Urbanara emailed me today and they said that they've set up a discount code for you guys, which is Josie15 for 15% off, I think when you spend over £75. So I'll leave this link down below. It's definitely worth checking their website out. They've got so many gorgeous things. We've got everything from rugs to duvets and things like that from them, but these are just extra useful for relaxing in the garden. Is there a puppy dog under here? Yes! Hello, Dexy! I didn't know you were under there, my little shade-seeking handsome boy. So yeah, this is where I'm going to be for the next 20 minutes or so, and then it's on with the gardening. Are you watching your mummy? Are you watching your mummy? It's too hot for baby boys. You're so scruffy. We need to find somebody to groom you properly, don't we, Chicky? Sweet little boy. You're such a sweet little boy. So I was just about to start doing a little bit of gardening, and I was going to kneel on this knee pad, which as you can see is pretty battered. Definitely could do with a little bit of TLC, and I thought, why not cover it in our fabric swatches? So these are the swatches that I ordered. I think I paid between like £1 and £3 for each of these to choose the fabric for our upcoming upholstery projects. But what do I do with all these swatches? So I thought I'm going to make a patchwork to cover this. So what I might do is unpick this and basically sew these as a new cushion pad. No idea how I'm going to do it logistically, like how to do the edging, but I'm sure we can figure it out. trying to show you without my shadow getting in the way too much. So what I've done is I've just pinned the bits of fabric together. I probably could have figured out how to do it in a way that would have nice folded edges, but you know what, this is just a super quick and easy craft project. So I've just pinned all the pieces together. I might do a little bit more pinning actually, and I'm basically going to whiz around all the edges with my sewing machine when I get it down. I'm going to do that later on though because it's still so glorious outside. I think I might unpin the old cover and then maybe sew this one to the old one just for a template and for a little bit of extra strength. I've just been on Amazon and I've ordered some iron-on interfacing just so that I can really bond these pieces together. That's going to arrive in a couple of days' time, so instead of rushing it, I'm just going to wait for that to arrive. I feel like a little bit of extra strength will go a long way with this, especially as you're going to be kneeling on it and it's probably going to get thrown around in the garden. So I'm just going to very carefully fold this up. Oh, easier said than done. Until my interfacing arrives.
I can see I'm not alone in my empathy. There are ghosts all around and they're telling me I should reach out to the open arms. How to reach out to the open.
After doing an hour of painting of the chair, it's now got its second coat of the Annie Sloan chalk paint on. I'm going to make tonight's dinner, which is chicken shawarma with easy flatbreads. And this is from last week's Waitrose weekend newspaper. So we have got the ingredients. We pick these up in our weekly shop. So first of all, I'm going to marinate the chicken. A little bit as though I've had some slightly dodgy lip fillers because after our meal, which was a little bit spicy, my lips were really hurting, so I put on some lip balm and I really went my lip lines and it was tinted. So if I look a little bit crazy, that's why, but that was absolutely delicious. We did, or I did, chicken shawarma, the Waitrose recipe, but then I went a little bit off piece because I didn't have any red cabbage, so I ended up doing a green tahini dressing, some flatbreads, some cauliflower shawarma as well, so using a really similar spice mix, and some fried halloumi, so it's delicious. I wanted to quickly talk through a few clothing bits which I'd ordered and that arrived today. I'm not going to try them on though because I think I'm going to do an And Other Stories haul video in the next couple of days. I'm just waiting for two more things to arrive, the scallop shorts and this lovely blue dress. So, but everything that I'm talking about now will be linked down below anyway, but let me give you a little bit of a sneak peek. Oh, and as well as the And Other Stories things, I showed this on my Instagram stories a couple of days ago. This looks pretty much identical to a Marisia swimsuit. I've got a Marisia swimsuit in black and it's my absolute favorite, but this is £20 and it's just so lovely. Can't wait to try this on. We actually ordered a paddling pool from Amazon, so I might even wear that tomorrow for a bit of a dip because it's going to be toasty. And then here's the bits that I got from And Other Stories. So this, if you watched my Come Online Shopping with me, then you actually came shopping with me for this order. This is a really gorgeous floral dress. I'm loving wearing things like this around the house, as you guys have been seeing. I'm just a little bit intrigued as to how the cutouts will look on this, but yeah, I'll try that in the haul video. I ordered a few different bikini items. Again, I'm probably not going to keep all of these. So first of all, this lemon coloured seersucker. I like the bandeau top because you don't get any tan lines. And I think I ordered a size 8 in the bottoms because I don't like the bottoms to be too tight. And then I got the exact same bikini but in pink. If I'm honest, I think I prefer the pink, but then I do find yellow very, very flattering with a tan, so we shall see. Again, the bandeau, you don't even have the options for straps, even though there are little hooks, but they don't appear. Oh, I tell a lie, there are the straps. So yeah, you can wear it with straps if you want to. That is one of the perks of having minuscule boobs, is that you can wear bandeau bikinis. And then this one, I think, is a silhouette or a cut that I'm more comfortable with because I do love a high-waisted bikini. Really like this sunflower pattern. The top looks tiny. It looks like it was made for a child. So, yeah, again, as I said, I don't have any boobs, but I'm not even sure that's going to go around my circumference. So we shall see. This skirt, I don't know about this. I'm not sure if I'm going to love it. It looks really cute on the model, and I've got the matching top, so it could be a really sweet little co-ord, but we shall see. And then lastly, this midi skirt. I've got a dress in this fabric, and I absolutely love it. It's so flattering. But I thought it would be gorgeous in a midi skirt. So this with a little white blouse, like my Topshop blouse, I think will look gorgeous. And then the other things, ooh, I took my necklace off because I decided I had too many pearls on today. This dress I haven't actually unwrapped yet. I'm not sure that I like the look of the fabric, but I will try that on in the try-on haul. I had a delivery from Peony and Sage. I ordered a few more fabric samples because I wanted to try their thicker fabric, and that feels like it's going to be much more substantial in, not the pattern, but the weight of this fabric is perfect for my reupholstery activities. So she sent a few different examples in the thicker fabric, although that one, I think she's put the wrong one in because they're meant to all be thicker, but that one is definitely thin. But these ones are the perfect thickness for reupholstery. So those are the bits that I ordered online. I feel like at this time every day my makeup just looks like it's completely vanished. Maybe I have just been out in the garden for too long and it has all disappeared. But yeah, it's been a really nice day. I'm so glad I just feel as though seeing Cross Hill House, the house that we dreamt about for so long, having seen it in real life, I kind of feel like that's been put to bed now. And as I said earlier, if it wasn't for that house, we probably would never have found this one. So I'm really glad that, yeah, that book can be closed now. But it's really interesting. I was thinking about it a lot today, how using Cross Hill House in a way allowed me to kind of visualize and manifest our move to the Cotswolds. I talk about the law of attraction and manifestation a lot because I truly believe in it. I have seen it work so many times, and I do think that this is another example. So you may know that I use it for quite a lot of my work goals, like with my YouTube subscriber count, but I do think, because I have been visualizing my life and what's going to be our forever home since I was tiny. You guys have been tagging me in our old boyfriend tag video where the question was, where do you see yourself in 5 years time? And Charlie and I said, oh, probably out in a nice house, maybe in the Cotswolds. So it had always been our plan, and in order to make these, I guess you could say, dreams become a reality, you have to really visualize them. And by literally downloading the brochure of Cross Hill House and having it on my laptop and showing it to people, I would pin things that were going to be put in the bedrooms. That was really Charlie and I visualizing and manifesting our move to the Cotswold. And it's just crazy how everything happens for a reason. The universe points you in the right direction and sends you signs to do the right thing at the right time. Speaking of Cross Hill House, again, apparently Johnny Depp has now bought it. Apparently he's been seen buying bread and milk in the village, and actually the guy that we bought this place from, we told him about Cross Hill and our original dream to live there, and he was like, oh, you'll never guess who owns it now. So that's quite a fun little fact of the day. But anyway, I am desperate to take my makeup off, so I'm going to end the vlog here, darlings. It's been a fairly short one, I think, compared to yesterday's ginormous one, which, by the way, as we speak right now, is still only 67% uploaded. So hopefully with another night of it uploading, hopefully we'll get there, fingers crossed. But darlings, thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Bye.